Hey people, eM7 Khatrin Purification Plant, blue team. eM7 is a Farseer support hero that fights in melee combat with some powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. Looks like some Ulthway over here maybe. Alongside ben1993 with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero, powerful battlefield manipulation. We got some Black Legion, and rounding off the blue team is this fellow, I think it's DEADPOOL, with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat with some powerful disruption and support. Red team, Telos, with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support too. Alongside Argus is a Warboss, a melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front line. And rounding off the team is Hiveminion with a Hive Tyrant, very durable hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Powerful offense, disruption and support, begins in melee combat with a basic synapse, I shall call it Alberto, on this east side against the Farseer. Meanwhile west, sneaky Lictor, looking to get a decap maybe? Nope, just looking to make some trouble. In the mid, I think some Doom Bolts happened, hence the low health of those shooter boys, and some more Doom Bolts going in. Heretics getting smacked around by a Warboss, and those CSM are trying to get into melee combat now with these shooter boys and time up. Pretty good in melee combat for a predominantly ranged squad. Warboss is there though. Sorcerer alongside getting smacks into. Doom Bolts, a little one that time, didn't have enough energy for the full volley. It's a good special. Maybe this Warboss will get a CSM model. Should get out of here now, I think. Ben killed a bunch of Orks. Oh, loses a CSM model. Here comes some more. Meanwhile, east side, a lot of dead stuff. Banshees did survive. The Hormagaunts also survived. No Rending Talons, but we might see it on this side to deal with the Banshees. Guardian weapon team on the way for eM7. Lictor Alpha chases off the Banshees with Spore Mines in retreat path. Nowhere near as dangerous to retreat units as they once were, but got those guys down to 2 models back in the old days. Spore Mines were an absolute terror to retreating units when they had that big explosion. Taking down that contested node. This one hasn't been noded yet. There's that Shuriken Cannon. Setup team that can suppress units and deal huge amounts of damage to infantry at close range. Hive Tyrant needs to be careful. Relatively tight area on this east side too. Could cover a lot of it with a Shuriken Cannon. Here it goes. Is it going to fire on the Hive Tyrant or the Hormagaunts to suppress them? Neither, apparently. You probably have to press a button, fellas, to make it shoot. Nope, they're not interested. They are hanging out. Maybe the Farseer can tell them how to do it. There she is. Banshees are trying to cap. Nope, it's just going to move. That was weird. 458 to 475. They should just automatically fire on targets in range. Farseer is chasing down some Termagants. Alberto smells Eldar blood and goes for those guys now. Turns to engage. Oh, that was Rending Talons just popping in there. Instantly gets a special attack, and there's the Seismic Roar. Figured he'd save it for the Banshees, Alberto. Because there they are. Chopping them up, but he should be okay. West side is red. Here comes some sluggers with burners. Aspiring Champion Heretics are there to meet them, and they get chopped up with Banshees closing that pincer attack there. Warrior Brood now coming in. Those guys had burners, as you saw. So that is a loss for Argus. Should replace them, I think. Warrior Brood getting in there. Start off as a power melee squad that can leap into combat, as you saw. Warboss with his stomp. Didn't do a whole lot, but now is on some CSM. Merciless Witchblade in play now for DEADPOOL's Warlock. I hope this is DEADPOOL. And Champion's Robe on the way. Awesome weapon, this thing. Knockback with ranged attacks. Draining energy with melee attacks and some good damage too. Takes out the Warboss. Made him sparkle there at the end. Sparkly Eldar. We have big shooters for both of those shooter boys eventually. East side, Ravener Brood for Hiveminion. Been forced off. Those guys can burrow underground and do some shenanigans. Crippling Poison. Farseer is now sprinting off with Spirit Stones in play. Can heal up those Banshees. And we do have a Plasma Grenade available with Aspect of the Avenger. Alberto's kind of isolated. Only double Termagants in support. Gonna be taking a lot of damage from a Shuriken. Oh, maybe not. Got around the firing arc and gets a good Seismic Roar in there. Bad positioning of that Shuriken Cannon there from eM7. Recovers though, and Alberto needs to flee. Hiveminion's going to lose their power, I think. Warboss is still down over here. West side is turning blue, most likely. Yes, it is. A ton of war on the CSM. And Banshees almost drop. If the Lictor Alpha wasn't suppressed by their war shout, might have been able to finish him off there. Speaking of finishing them off, Hormagaunts do get away. Okay. Hey, we do have some more burner sluggers from Argus. Replaced them pretty much immediately, and we have big shooters and knob leaders on the shooter boys. Knob leaders there with a more powerful twin linked shooter and some more hit points, of course, also act as a detector unit, although there aren't any sneaky things going on the blue team. I guess the Tzeentch worship. Are these guys going to finish off these Hormagaunts? I noticed them a little bit too late, but there's double CSM there. Using their bolters to try and finish off the Hormagaunts. Are they going to get them? They needed to stop moving there, which would have improved their accuracy. They would have finished them off, or just noticed them sooner for some melee, I suppose. Alberto gets his seismic roar and runs off. Shuriken Cannon is causing problems for Hiveminion. Farseer has fallen. Ravener Brood, I guess, didn't get the Burrow Strike, or maybe they did, and the Banshees counter-initiated them. Oh, they're already back here, they didn't. Aspect of Fleetness. Sorcerer's here to revive. Nice assist from Ben. Almost level to 3, and they're power bashing. Just had 2 players on them there, Hiveminion. But now, Ben CSM coming to the west side to bash. Gonna get flanked. Maybe. Are you fellas gonna defend? What's going on over here? Come on, Telos. Tier 2. Argus getting some Storm Boys up. Tier 2 also for Ben, DEADPOOL, and Hiveminion. Here we go. Here's the defense. Barb Strangler Warrior Brood now. Need to shoot at the heretics. There we go. Lictor Alpha goes in. Quick retreat there, but here's some support from the Eldar now. War shout in the back of the Tyranids. That was painful. Orks coming out slightly too late to influence that engagement. Might get flanked here by Banshees and stuff. Sluggers need to be careful. That's a bad fight for them. I mean, the Warboss is there. Maybe he can stomp. But with the Warlock and the Banshees with aspects, it's a really bad fight for them. Was in that fight way too long there, Argus. Storm Boys jumping in on the double CSM. They have power weapons, so the CSM didn't want to fight them. I think 2 of them could have done some work though. Should have kept them in play there, I think. Now they're chopping up some dire vendors in the background, who get the cap and then run. Lictor Alpha with a flesh hook. Can they kill this Warlock? Hormagaunts are there. Warrior Brood should have meleeed. I guess I didn't need to. Hormagaunts helped get the kill. Yeah, so double. The second Slugger Squad goes down with burners. Very sloppy loss there, it's got to be said. Should never have taken that fight. Wait for the Storm Boys and jump them in. Brood Nest goes down. Raveners escaping. Doom Bolts. Oh, painful Doom Bolts on the Termagants. Seismic Roar helps deal with the Banshees. Might finish them off here. Needs to target them though. And the Banshees do fall, leveling up the Ravener Brood to 2. These guys start with their Devourer ranged weapons these days. They can get a specialized melee upgrade though. Warlock is still down on his side. Leveling up is the Lictor to 3. He's done well. Pheromone. eM7 down to just double Dire Avengers. Getting a Wraith Lord though. Hiveminion with the trademark Tyrant Guard. Sometimes we'll see him get 2 of these. Where is the Hive Tyrant now? Oh, he's capping. Hormagaunts and Raveners off the field, but the Tyrant Guard will shore up that side. Not a whole lot these guys can do to him without Mark of Tzeentch. This guy has super heavy infantry armor, can shrug off piercing damage and regular melee damage too. That splash damage on melee hit and some good DPS. Is a Chaos Dreadnought though. We might see Mark of Khorne from Ben on this guy. What is this? It's Tyranids pushing through with Gene Stealers on the side. Warp Spiders in play now from eM7. Teleporting squad that can frustrate melee squads. They need to actually teleport though. They'd be just being tied up here by the Lictor. There we go. Teleport away. Has some good piercing DPS, those guys. Gene Stealers though, bashing power pretty effectively with that heal on hit. Double Term against their helping out. Lictor Alpha just playing defense and running interruptions on these Eldar, but here's Banshees running interference, I meant to say. Uh-oh. Our Gene Seal is too low here to take this fight. Nope. They got through it. And they're still going. They do run away. 336 to 341. What is this? Oh, the Warlock's alive. I guess the Sorcerer revived him? Yeah, he's over here, look. Decapping stuff. That's a very natural wreck point being decapped. 328 to 341. Kicking off towards the mid. There's the Wraith Lord. That big old Ghost Glaive sword. And we do see double Tyrant Guard from Hiveminion. Got some rippers up too. Means there must be a capillary tower somewhere. I don't think they show up on the map, capillary towers, for some reason. 317 to 341. What's their plan to deal with this? They could get some Dark Creepers to shoot them. Also, Marco Zinch CSM will do a lot of damage with their Inferno Bolts. Need to do something. But a level 3 Hive Tyrant now. Alberto with his retinue of Tyrant Guard. We've got double Warp Spiders. Grenades flying in. They could throw in their Haywires, but they don't have their aspect yet. Uh-oh. Alberto might go down. Being chased. And lives. Alberto gets out of there. No, goes down. I was lying. Tank Busters. Wow, doing some good damage to the Wraith Lord. There's double Tank Busters, I was going to say. Shooting very quickly for a single Tank Buster squad. Warlock goes down. Killed by a Tyrant God, I think. 2-1 cap here. VP's very even. And some Havocs up for Ben. Warp Spiders being used quite well now by DEADPOOL. Raveners are okay. No melee attacks on retreat by the Dreadnought. Wraith Lord barely survived. Needs some repairs badly. Storm Boys got their Knob Leader. Improved rocket packs are there. And they barely escape. What do we got going on? Tier 3 for Telos. Is this a capillary tower? Oh, that's the Telos calling something in. Venom Brooder in. I wonder if that second Tyrant Guard was called in base. Might have been. Warboss with his spiky armor and angry bits. Wraith Lord is getting some repairs, I think, from Heretics, maybe? Yeah, double Dire Avengers are there to repair as well. Lictor Alpha escapes. This frantic action in the mid. Lictor Alpha goes down. Nobody can really stabilize on this VP. Still haven't really dealt with these double Tyrant guys. A big threat to face. Tier 3 for Telos. They do have a couple of vehicles to deal with, hence those Venom Brood coming in. They can also provide a nice ranged synapse, which will affect Hiveminion's range units if they're close enough. Oh, Hiveminion has some Venom Brood of their own. Very heavy tier 2 from Hiveminion. Still has tons of resources though. Could go tier 3 and should go tier 3, you would think. Wraith Lord with a shoulder mounted Bright Lance. Dreadnought sneaks away. Looks like the red team are going to take this west side. Whole bunch of Orky missiles going in. Or rockets, I guess. Is the Sorcerer going to get away? I think so. 2 attacks wasn't quite enough from the Tyrant Guard. Where's those Haywires? I don't see them. Oh, maybe they didn't have enough after teleporting. I don't think they had quite enough energy there to wait for it there to regenerate a little bit. This Tyrant Guard now in shield wall mode, which will give it vehicle armor, allow it to regenerate some health. Red team dominating this western side for now. Can the blue team hit back? They are all going tier 3. Could see some fire prisms and stuff. And D cannons, of course. Look at this massive clump of infantry. A singularity right there would be absolutely devastating. Steel repairs for the Wraith Lord. It can slow you down a bit when you have, especially walkers, which tend to take a lot of damage and then maybe get away and survive since they have a higher health pool. You've got to sit there and repair them up. Tank busters doing their thing. In goes Alberto. Finds some CSM. Seismic roar. Nicely timed. Might need to back off though. There's a Dreadnought in melee with you. Yep, runs away. Oh hey, sneaky Farseer, sorry, a Warlock got in there and decapped. Nicely done. And those guys just fled from the Psychic Storm. Understandable, it's pretty nasty. Also, Gravity Blade for the Farseer. So I didn't see the Gene Stealers go down, but Telos did lose them quite a while ago. Carnifex on the way, says Telos, and indeed there is one on the way. And a Death Dread. A tier 3 Death Dread. Not often you see that. Double Warp Spiders continue to be a pain in the arse for the red team. No mark yet for the CSM. They do have their aspiring champions though. These guys level 3. What is this? Farseer's found a Brood Nest. Takes it down. Power Claw Warboss now. And there's that Death Dread. No burners and bits yet. Oh hey, there it goes. Need all the bits. Can they hit back on the west side here, the red team? I thought they'd be able to hold it for a bit longer than that, but the Eldar can strike swiftly. Las Cannon getting shots now. That's a very effective Chains of Torment. You need to shoot this central mass here to get rid of it. There we go. Down it goes. And those guys are free. Tyrant Guard in the CSM backlines now. This one's taking a lot of damage. It's a Marco Zinch Dreadnought over there with that missile launcher. Looks like the Tyrant Guard will live. Been really well managed so far by Hiveminion. Tier 3 for Argus, the last player to go. I'm really surprised by a tier 3 Death Dread. Stomping around and having fun so far. Storm Boys are still in play as well, of course, with their heavy melee Nob Leader. Wraithlord turns to face them now, though. They might regret chasing it. Chewing through them, down goes the Nob Leader. Tank busters are chasing also. Well done, Argus. Kept that Wraithlord in place just long enough for the Tank busters to catch up and finish off the Wraithlord there. Here's the Carnifex with Barb Strangler nukes all over the gaff. Marco Zinch and an Eldritch Storm. Certainly did some work. Killed some of Argus's stuff. But there's still a whole bunch of Tyranids around. eM7 down to double Dire Avengers. Avatar on the way. Tyrant, well, I was stuck in the Chains of Torment there. Double Barb Strangler Carnifex. There's one from each Tyranid player. Looted Tank on the way. Land Raider Phobos on the way. Might be able to shoot down those Carnifexes. And we still have this guy, level 2, Marco Zinch Dreadnought. Almost level 3. Doesn't want to chase too much. It's quite low. Farseer just hanging out there. See a council on the field for eM7. Called in from the global bar, I think. And Avatar will be here soon. Red team are taking the west side. That was a good push. Killed the Wraithlord. Got hit by a nuke on retreat, but I think the pressure they got and the things they capped are worth it. There's the VP 2-1, 209 to 264. Phobos halfway there, 3/4 of the way there for the Avatar. Painful Barb Strangler. Where do they go? Oh, they really wanted to get those Haywires on there. If both of those Carnifexes got a Barb Strangler shot when they teleported in, that could have been really nasty. Kicking off towards the mid a bit, but most of the actions on this west side. Setting up there is a Las Cannon. Doesn't quite have a shot of that Carnifex though. I think the Seer Council will be dealt with. Maybe. You can help out, Alberto? Nope. There's those double Tyrant Guard still. Really surprised we didn't see Marco Zinch with double Tyrant Guard around. But also tear through the Venom Brood and the Warrior Brood, of course. Had their eyes on other things, I suppose. Here's the Land Raider Phobos for one. There it is. Gonna make its way to the west side, you would think. Avatar's already striding around. Another Carnifex on the way for Telos. Their Carnifex did get quite low, but it's back at base now. Banshees might struggle to make an impact here late game with these guys and their insane Barb Stranglers. 2-1 cap here for red. Blue team have some heavy hitters now. Can they turn this around? Avatar on the way also for Deadpool. Doombolts flies in. No, I'm not sure they've done the best job targeting the Synapse creatures here. The blue team is hard when there's double turret guards in your face and they're going to take down this Dreadnought. Down it goes. Grenades hit a little bit. Ravena Brood also in the back lines. Here's the Phobos. There's a whole bunch of las cannons. Twin Linked Heavy Bolter on top and a Combi Bolter as well. Or Twin Linked Heavy Bolter, whatever it's called. Twin Linked Bolter even. Okay. Blue team retaken. Avatar's chasing a Carnifex. Here's the second one from Telos. Gone for the Venom Cannon now. Anti-large target. Gives you the Bioplasma too, which is pretty nice. Might be a bad place to go into shield wall, Mr. Tyrant Guard. That's a Phobos. Barb Strangler does some decent damage. We do have repairs for the Phobos there, thanks to Dire Avengers. Where are the Heretics? Does he have any still? Does have some. Oh, they're right there. They're right there. Took a lot of damage quite quickly there, the Phobos, but the Tyrant Guard did fall. Brood Nest up from Hiveminion. Fire Prism on the way for eM7. Deadpool's avatar is up. There it is. Having some trouble with this allied Warp Spider, but they figured it out. Taking some big swings now on this Barb Strangler Carnifex, which for some reason is getting into melee with Banshees. Took so much damage. Last Cannon's getting shots in. They might be able to take it down here. Just waiting for a nuke to drop or something. Loads of damage on the Phobos though as well. Looted tank falls. The Phobos lives. Gonna need some repairs. That's a Neuro Throat over there from Hiveminion. Did they get the Carnifex? Carnifex lives. Is that the same? That's not the same one. Did they get it? They did get it. Telos' second one is also pretty low. Good job, Avatar. That was a Cataclysm from the Neuro Throat you're seeing there. And there's the Paroxysm. And then runs away from the Warp Spider. There's lots of repairs needed for this Phobos. Took tons of damage. Gonna take a while to get that thing back in good shape with just Heretics. Can they rear armor this thing enough with piercing? Oh, don't need it. Fire Prism gets the shot in. Down goes a looted tank. Good little passage of play from the blue team. Preserve their Phobos. Killed a Carnifex. Got another one very low. So now it's busy healing up. Another one is on the way for Telos. And they have a tier 3 Lictor from Hiveminion. Not seen any knobs yet from Argos. Had a couple of looted tanks, didn't quite work out. This last cannon has done some work for Ben. Has another one too. Still some repairs. No help pay from the Dire Avengers. Maybe these guys will help out. There we go. Argos suggesting they push together. Generally a good idea in a 3v3 late game. Fire Prism on the way for eM7 again. It's going to be hard to cap. How do they get onto those things? The Storm Boys could jump on rear armor and just like mess up the movement if nothing else, long enough for the tank busters to get some shots in. It won't take too much to take out the Fire Prism. They are just 500 hit points to level 1. Can eM7 keep this thing at maximum range? That was a good shot right there. Chains of Torment. Messing up the Venom Brood, making them retreat. Avatar's not fully healed up. That is Deadpool's one. Warlock pushing the pace. Trying to tie up some Carnifexes. Avatar gets in. Oh, eats an Electroshock grubs though. 115 to 178. Red team grabbing blue team's natural though. Alberto reaches level 6. Got the improved Synapse now and a Warp Field. There's that Lictor leap. This guy does cap faster than normal, this Lictor. Fleshhook almost finishes off those heretics. Keeping a hold of this VP is Hiveminion. Good play here. Bashing power too. Oh, levitation field from the Farseer. Both of those guys should be okay. Just delays them. And they see a Counselor in here. We just saw the Spirit Leech. No, Absorb Life it's called from the Neuro Throat. Self-heal. And also regenerate some energy for that guy. Has no natural energy regen in Neuro Throat. Need to use abilities to get it back. Paroxysm. But Seer Council just ran out of it. These guys tank a decent amount of damage, these Seer Council. With that range damage reduction aura that they have. Looks like it's going to be enough to see the Tyranids out there. And CSM are recapping. Meanwhile, West Side is kicking off. 97 to 177, 1-to-1 cap. Phobos is now healthy. Looted tank there. Venom Brood Carnifex going to try and get on it. Tyrant formation going off. That was weird. Oh, I was going to say, why didn't that Barb Strangler suppress those Warp Spiders? It's because the Avatar's there and his aura prevents suppression. Dirge Caster a bit far away for it to actually affect anything. Gonna go down. I think the Phobos, it does go down. This Fire Prism's in the bad place, also goes down. Is this the engagement that breaks the blue team here? That Tyrant God is still going in on the Havocs. Level 3 this guy. Up over 3,000 hit points. Looks like the red team are going to take the west side here. Is there anything actually here to cap though? Carnifexes can't cap. The Tyrant God can't cap. Lictor Alpha's off the field. Now has the Scything Talons. Looks like they're not going to retake the west side. They have nothing here to cap it. Hiveminion maybe pushing through the mid again. See a council of eM7 who had a bad engagement there, lost all of their fire prisms. I think they had 2, didn't they? And that Phobos, of course, dropped. We have a bunch of las cannons from Ben. Really wants to kill these Carnifexes, I guess. 97 to 133. What is this? Oh, Warp Throw. Level 7 Warlock. Neurothroat's done quite well. It's kind of annoyed them. There's that Absorb Life. Is it enough to save this guy? Retreats away. And there's some suppression from the Barb Strangler. Banshees are still kicking. Literally kicking this Warboss here. Power melee kicks. Down he goes. 2 to 1 for blue. Double D cannons now for eM7. Neurothroat also for Telos. There you see at the bottom of the screen. Avatars on the Carnifexes, which is a bad place for the Carnifexes to be. Eldritch. From eM7, I think. Carnifex falls. Frantic action here. What is this? It's that Lictor doing some capping. Need to turn around, fellas. Gets the cap. 2 to 1 now for red. Some vital caps on that natural VP for the red team. Uh-oh, Storm Boys ate a big hit there. I think that was the Wrath of Cain knocking them back. I think. Oh hey, we got some Marquezine CSM finally. Level 4 as well, they'll be dealing some serious damage. Sorcerer going for the revive, should be able to get it I think. Oh, didn't want to risk it. Haywire finishes off the Carnifex, nicely done by Deadpool. Now it's double avatars on this guy. Not sure if this avatar is going to survive. Don't think it will. Down it goes. And the Carnifex lives. 66 to 105. If it did back away, it might have just been finished off by the Carnifex anyway. It's a Thorn pack. This guy could charge after it and stuff. Imperial Abyss from Ben. 59 to 105. What an ending. They are retaking a natural. Marquezine CSM are kind of low. Where are those D cannons set up? Pretty far back, but look at the range. 53 to 105, 1-to-1 cap. Farseer now maybe he's going to get revive. perhaps disrupted by tank busters, and here comes some sluggers. How many sluggers has Argus been through? Champion's robe is up to try and get it. And there we go. Can the Farseer escape though? Looks like they do realise they are revived and do get away, I think. Saw that big chunk of health come off there when the slugger knob swung his power melee chopper. This Lictor continues to harass this VP. It's made a big difference. Smack, is it going to get away? It is. Well done you, Mr. Lictor. Triple D cannons for eM7. Oh, Tyrant formation on the VP here. Sorcerer shows up. Is like, what happened? Level 9 is Sigil of the Rift and Robes of Torment. I've seen Sigil of the Rift, Warp Rift rather, go off a few times. Banshees. It's a bad fight, and that's a Cataclysm on them too. Eldritch. Wow. Really hated those Termagants, and down they go. Poor bastards. Telos down to 3 units. We still have 2 avatars, let's not forget. The second one, this was repurchased by DEADPOOL here. There's a Wailing Doom. Knocks them off the cap. 18 VPs only remaining for the blue team. They really need to defend that natural. Make sure nothing gets close to it now. Can't afford more decaps over there. Farseer after the... Oh, there's the levitation blade. Gravity blade. Levitation field, rather. Is that the thorn back? I assume it is, yeah. It's just a charge you saw there. Can it kill the D-cannon? Are you going to attack? What's going on? It's having some trouble. Yep, D-cannon goes down. Spawns some rippers too. Last cannon is getting shots. And a tank, of course, is getting shots. What's this? Paroxysm on the avatar. That's huge amounts of damage if it stays in there. It's percentage based and does extra to super heavy and heavy infantry, which the avatar is super heavy. Sees off the Neuro Throw, but I think Carnifex did fall. And now we're going to see a Mark of Khorne. Chaos Predator. 2-1 cap for the blue team. The Lictor is still sneaking around here, trying to get the decap. I think it's going to get a decap at least again. Really aren't defending that enough. Just Dire Avengers over there. I guess they can grenade it off the cap maybe. These whoops, spiders getting way too close to a Carnifex, but they do get their haywires off. It's gone for Barbed Strangler on this new one. D-cannon now for DEADPOOL. And all of the tank busters for Argus. Why do you have so many tank busters? To try and shoot down the avatars? Is that what this for? Got the decap and then backed away to the Lictor. There's all those rockets. Storm Boys jumping in for a cap. They're going to meet some pain. D-cannon's there. 18 to 84. Ouch. Storm Boys didn't live long. There's another Imperial Abyss, and that is nasty. Holy crap. That's like the third one we've seen. That's really painful. Everything got nuked, says Argus. Well, why do you have so many tank busters, fella? Why didn't you get a knob squad up? You have so much power, you spent all your requisition on tank busters. Avatar goes after Alberto, who's level 7. Trying to formation, gonna miss I think. Oh no, gets him. I think they reduced the delay for that central spire a little bit, semi-recently, if I remember. Avatars have been fantastic, really saved the blue team here. Been leading the line, chasing down those Carnifexes. Tank busters are gonna fall here. No, they live. So now they go after the Seer Council and still live. Blue team get a decap. There's the double 18 to 40. And there's an Eldritch. Knocks the Warboss around, delays the cap a little bit. Is that enough? Is that double cap enough? Can they get on the VP here quickly enough? These Tyranid fellas. Where is our Lictor Alphas down? Look at these rosters from the blue team, they're very full. Last cannon getting shots. D cannons over there as well. Double cap is going to see it out for the blue team, and there it is. GG indeed. It was a very fun one. Level 7 Farseer. At a level 10 Sorcerer. Did a hell of a lot of work that I'm sure I didn't see enough of. This is the Rod of Warp Fire at the end. Level 8 Warlock. Did some Warp Throw shenanigans. Level 4 Lictor Alpha. Seemed to struggle somewhat as the game went on, as Lictor Alphas can do in the 3v3 Warboss. Level 5 with a Power Claw and no Knob Squad. Some strange choices there from Argus. And Hiveminions, Hive Tyrant Alberto got to level 8. And those double Tyrant guards were awesome. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.